Hey guys, this is John here in Los Angeles with the Alpha Channel update for Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. And today we're starting a new series and a new deck of cards. We're starting God Country by Donnie Cates and Jeff Shaw, as well as the Yggdrasil deck. We're going to do this first, I think. Just take the plastic. Well, I suppose the plastic will have to come off at some point, but right now I've got it where I can open it without taking the plastic off. And this is the book, which is really pretty cool. Bifrost. The book is called Bifrost, The Way. And it pictures all the cards and tells you about them. And the deck has not been cracked, so we are going to open the deck right here. It's still in plastic. And we're going to crack this open right now. Let me grab a knife. I'm shaking the couch just enough to knock all these boards down, as we've seen happen so many times. So this is one of my favorites. This is a Murphy knife. It's a solid handle blade. This is a Jack the Ripper knife, if there ever was one. And my little homemade scabbard that doesn't work to keep it in. Now, I guess we should start with the big guy, because he's first. Odin. Apparently we're doing this deck in the order in which they arrived, because tomorrow we're doing the next one. So this is Odin of the Yggdrasil cards. I hope there's enough light on this. Magnificent. So tomorrow we have another one, and I already know what it is. And the plastic is coming off the box. There we go. Plastic off the box. Sorry, I know you guys can't see the stuff in my lap, so I'm just sitting here talking about it and you guys can't see it. Cards going back in the box. More for tomorrow. Book. This is going to be a fun deck. The Yggdrasil deck. Magnificent magnetic box. I want some of the EVS Comicscape boxes, but I don't have a lot of money right now. I am going through a bit where I may be involved in a, sorry, let me finish this. I may be being scammed by someone for a couple $100. It's never fun. But I've borrowed so much money that I can afford to be scammed and not hold a grudge. I owe the whole world right now. So today we're doing God Country. I bought this set, this series a while ago. This is, again, I think, Image chasing a Netflix series as opposed to trying to establish a long-running comic book character and series. It's an okay concept, but it's a TV show concept. This is a TV show superhero with cheap effects. They start off with a quote from Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian, which I read when I was in the Marine Corps back in the 90s. Excuse me. I think No Country for Old Men would have been a better book to quote from for this comic. But this was written in 2017, so No Country for Old Men would have been pretty fresh in the cultural zeitgeist. That would still be pretty fresh in people's memories. I think that was a 2011, maybe a 2015 movie. I honestly expected this to be in black and white, but here we go. One of the things, Jeff Shaw, you gotta look at horizons, man. Horizons are lighter than the foreground, not darker. That's not how the world works, unless there's a storm coming. That's what I first thought. Maybe there's a storm coming, but it seems like he does it a lot. So, the colors are, they are what they are. In terms of the story, I do want to say they get right to it. In terms of character development, this first page is the establishing shot, right? Then we have the medium shot where you kind of get a sense of what's going on. You've got a drone shot or a jib crane shot from overhead. family coming up to the house. The sheriff is already there. So it's the family pulling up and the sheriff's already there, not the other way around. And we quickly come to learn that, so the black guy down here is the sheriff. We quickly come to learn that this family man's father is missing and his wife is none too happy with him. Their daughter has jam smeared across her face. And the father has apparently been a problem. The family had to move back to Texas. So they're in Texas. So that explains, there's a few things going on. One that I have to mention right away is the god-awful narrator. There's a hokey, folksy narrator here in the captions doing some, oh, hey, bro, this is the story going on as it's gone on before in times past and times yet to come. It's fucking stupid. It doesn't fit the tone of the comic. It doesn't fit the seriousness of the story. It detracts from it. If you can't do a story without narration or without flashback, seriously consider whether or not you need to do it. This story could have been done just fine without the stupid narration. It's stupid. This is awful. The character development is magnificent. What's going on? You can tell immediately that the husband and wife are having problems. The husband is trying to sort something out with his sheriff who's looking for his father, or has found his father, and the wife is giving him a hard time. She's using the child as a wedge between herself and the husband to give him grief because she's not getting her way. This guy's married. Donnie Cates is married. Everybody's had a girlfriend, but this is unique. He's married with a kid. I know what this is like. So, meanwhile, the father has not made an entrance. I do believe this is his eye, this one scene here. And then we have later on at night, the family is at home, and there's some drama going on. I think the storm has started. No, it's not that the storm has started. The husband and wife are having an argument about why they had to leave Austin and come out here to the middle of nowhere, the Great Plains of Texas, to take care of his father who has Alzheimer's. And he's very dangerous. He's a big, scary guy. He's bigger than his son. And we haven't really seen him until here, where he comes down the stairs. He's just woken up. He's heard people arguing. He doesn't know why they're in his house. He's looking for his wife. He's yelling. I think he literally yells for Elizabeth, like Red Sanford. Elizabeth! You know, what they make fun of Eric July doing when they play the Sanford and Son music behind him. The only thing I know Donnie Cates from is the horrible edit that Ethan sometimes plays at the beginning of Comic Skate shows, where he stumbles through what he wants to say on a live stream. It's not fair to judge this comic by that, so I won't do it. Everyone has bad days. Everyone gets caught up in drama. God knows I've been caught up in drama. I certainly would hate to be ambushed by someone in some drama that I didn't need to be involved in. The story I love. The narration is garbage. The illustration has issues. And this is just so far. His dad comes down the stairs threatening everyone. His wife is simultaneously throwing a fit and leaving the house with their daughter, who's now crying, and there's a storm coming. This is good writing. There's nothing supernatural at all so far. This is just regular, everyday, microcosm, Stephen King level, quality writing. The only thing I don't know, the only character I don't really know anything about is the husband who's caught in the middle. He sort of seems like a paint by numbers, I don't want to call him a cliche NPC, but I haven't seen him do or say anything out of the ordinary. He's treading water. And there hasn't been an opportunity for him to do anything yet either. So the colors I'm not impressed with the colors. Every colorist, so everything in art is a response to everything that's been done before. And if this colorist and this illustrator want to be like Neil Adams and they want to be photographers, no one needs that. Everyone is looking for the next Barry Smith, the next Todd McFarlane, you want to make a name for yourself as an artist the way skateboarders want to make a name for themselves as a skateboarder, the way an author wants to make a name for himself as an author. None of American artists want to be like Buddhist monks who don't sign their name to their own work. They believe it would be an insult to the Buddha who's inspired them with this wisdom to put their own name on the work. In times past, you've had schools like this where if everything you know about illustration was taught to you by, Da Vinci or someone like that, or Michelangelo, then you're going to sign your work as student of Buonarroti or student of Da Vinci. Do you know what I mean? Because there is no real you. Whereas nowadays, once you develop your own hand, it's a free world nowadays. You're not an indentured servant. This isn't a guild. So this is an artist doing his own work, and therefore he's responsible for the mistakes too. He can't blame a school or an instructor. Do you know what I mean? He can't say, I fight this way because my master taught me never to improvise and only to fight this way. Improvisation, that's what set Bruce Lee apart from the other martial arts instructors. They forbade improvisation. You go to any karate school or taekwondo school, you do not get to do improvisation. You don't get to touch a weapon until you're like 6 or 8 years in. I was fucking around with nunchucks when I didn't know how to do anything. Skateboarding was too dangerous for me. Nunchucks were too dangerous for me when I was a kid. My brother Sam was awesome with nunchucks. I hit myself in the knees, elbows, balls. I got good at them eventually, but Sam got good at them right away. Sam got good at skateboarding right away. Sam got good at not roller skating, but inline skating. What are they called? Rollerblades right away. It took me longer for all that stuff. I had to practice way, way more. I had to be way more disciplined about it. I had to learn all the rules before I could break them. And I had to do the same thing with art, Some people are naturals and can't tell you how they do anything. So this is a giant twister coming down. I do like this a lot. The colors are very cool. I think this is digital colored and traditional inked, but I might be wrong. These might be watercolors, the way they mix together. I don't know. This is 2017, so chances are it's digital colors. This is Photoshop, It's probably not even Clip Studio. So there is a panel in here I really do love. Let me see. Yeah, this is it. The rooftop being torn off the house is amazing. This is the grandfather in bed. That is an incredible shot. And, I did see the beginning of this new movie, Twisters. And there is something to be said for practical effects instead of special effects. I only saw the beginning of it, right? And so this girl is out hunting tornadoes, her and all her friends, pretty girl and her friends. And I kind of fast forwarded through the initial opening scenes because I knew most of these kids were going to get killed. Because that's the way movies start. And so they get into the big twister, they try and escape, they don't really make it, they try to get to this underpass, and there's a girl hanging on to a girder and a guy hanging on to her, and the guy hanging on to her gets sucked out really fast. And I was thinking, if they had done this with practical effects, they could have had like a tube, a green screen painted tube, and have been pulling him down that and had fans on him and her, and had him hanging on to her and hanging on to her foot, and you'd see him like up in the air. It could have been incredible. Instead they went really fast with a cheap effect, and this illustrator at least spent some time. He didn't do a lot of research in what the actual guts of the house would look like coming apart, but it's fun, it's kinetic. And then here we have the green and white sky. Mom and the daughter come back because they almost got caught up in it in the truck. I should have pointed that out back here. The mom and the daughter, yeah, this is them. They see the twister and they actually turn around and go back home. And it was an interesting scene where, like, the beginning of the storm, this guy is caught in the middle. This is a really good scene. This is a television-worthy scene. If you caught this between, channel surfing, you would stick this out. This is a riveting, captivating scene. He did great writing here. The narrator character is gay. So I'm sorry I can't give a compliment without an insult, but that's just because I'm tyrannical edgelord dickhead who doesn't have to answer for anything I say here. I can just relentlessly talk shit. Okay, so now, up until now, it's been green and dark skies and a storm, and it is nighttime. And then we get a demon came out of the storm. So this is exactly the middle of the book. Is it? No, it's 1 page short. Okay, 2 pages after the middle of the book. There's no ads in image books, which is kind of cool. But here we get a demon coming out of the storm chasing the little girl. Okay? And Grandpa shows up with the sword and kills the demon. And apparently the demon and the sword both came down out of the polar vortex that opened up between the ground and the sky in the tornado that reached up into the heavens, into the Akashic record, and took down the sword and the demon. And now that Grandpa is loosened, morning has broken, it is dawn, the colors are out. The granddaughter, who apparently doesn't really know him, is overjoyed to see him, which is fantastic to see. But given the mom's argument earlier, they didn't really know each other. And up here we have the goofy, hokey narrator, again explaining that the sword that fell to earth came from this guy who looks like Ares, the god of war, or Mars. Ares or Mars. I want to say Ares, the god of war, the Greek god of war, as opposed to Mars, the Roman god of war. That looks like a Greek hoplite or Spartan uniform, as opposed to a Roman centurion uniform or armor. And so this is called God Country, Donny Cates. I didn't hate it. You know, if I was the illustrator, I would expect to have someone talking shit for the Dark Horizons, because that's not the way the world works. You have to put the darkness in the distance in the sky if you want to do that. If you want to put a storm on the horizon, you have to put the darkness in the sky, and you still have a dark. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but go look at the horizon and you'll see the mountains in the distance are lighter because of atmospheric interference. Because you're literally seeing the water in the atmosphere. The water vapor is what pastels everything in the distance. Out here in California, we get horizontal features, where in Texas, the horizon is just a flat line. So him even putting mountains in, like, which Texas mountains are those? I don't know. I'm not complaining. Today's episode is brought to you by Legacy of a Mad Scientist, in which Ashley Fox and her younger brother Jeffrey have to go on the run from corrupt government agents who want to steal her father's deathbed legacy to her, which is his Micronics, the mental computer interface. It's an AI that links to your head wirelessly, just through the evaporated metal portions that get evaporated into the atmosphere. It's enough for it to... Legend of Ashley Fox. Ashley Fox and her brother Jeffrey now have to fight a gang of serial killers who run an orphanage to help all the kids in the orphanage not get Pizzagated. And as she grows up, Ashley Fox gets promoted to adventurer, where she and Reverend Wolf stop a gang of international Pizzagate clique or cabal. Nice ad in there. This is Ashley Fox / Valkyrie. PDF in the description. Please check it out. I'm in a bit of a rush today, so I got to cut it short. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.